everybody, good evening. I am Sainath Gupta, the moderator for today's debate. But there is something interesting that I have to tell you, all of you, and post that we will start the debate. All the great successes on this planet starts from that tiny step where our thought of starting something new takes place. And this particular platform of Hyderabad debating community took its shape over a period of time. It didn't happen overnight. Rather, it took a lot of time for us to be what we are today. And we welcome you all on behalf of Hyderabad debating community to the 19th debate of Hyderabad debating community. A big round of applause to every one of us. Well, it's not something which started last night. It's a journey. It's a journey of more than 8 to 9 months. The genesis happened on 23rd of May 2021, where 7 individuals got into a call and discussed about a platform on where we can improve the impromptu speaking skills or the debating skills. And then we formed a group together called as Let's Debate. So that's the name of the first WhatsApp group, Let's Debate. And we got into an informal debate in one of our houses. And then we shaped this particular platform. And we conducted our first official debate on 6th of June 2021, where all the core members of HDC joined as debaters. It was a raw debate. There was no proper format and all. But over a period of time, we shaped into something amazing. And today, and before today, that is the milestone day, there is one milestone which happened. That is the registration of Hyderabad debating community. We got registered as Hyderabad debating community with Government of Telangana as a non-profit organization under Society Registration Act 35 of 2001. A big round of applause to all the core members of HTC. We never thought that this would happen, but relentless hard work and perseverance of all the core team members made this happen. And if you are wondering who are those team members, this is the dream team, I should say. These are the individuals who got into that first call of the need of forming HDC. These are the people who started this particular platform. So I would like to announce the different roles and the names of our core team. Lasya Priya is the president of Hyderabad debating community. Sainath Gupta, the vice president. Sai Charan Singh is the secretary, public relations, COO Pavan Reddy, and COO program quality Sai Sudhir, treasurer Sai Rajesh, and finally joint secretary Karan Babu. So these are the people who stood for each other, who rubbed each other's shoulders, even during the times of difficulty, to make it happen. And why take membership? Why join HDC? These are the things that we are going to discuss later on. But before that, I would like to thank all those members who made it possible. These are not the 7 people, or these are not the limited crowd who made HDC possible. There are a lot of people who took the role of debaters, who took the role of timers, who took the role of Zoom masters, who took the role of judges, and who helped us by giving feedback, being in the offline or at the back of the stage. There are so many people who helped us come this long. So I'd like to share my gratitude on behalf of the entire HDC to all those members. There are some people here. I would like to acknowledge them as well. We have Dr. Prasad, we have Padma Kumar sir, we have Mario, we have so many people. If I forgot to mention the names, I'm so sorry. So there are so many people of this sort who helped us form a debating community. Thank you so much for all your support, love, and encouragement, and most importantly, your feedback, so that we can thrive as a community together. Thank you so much. So we have the core team here, all of us. And I request our president, Lasya, to share her thoughts on behalf of the entire Hyderabad debating community. Now I welcome Lasya onto the screen, please. Over to you, Lasya.
For the first time in last 5 years, I feel that thak, 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 I can hear my own heartbeat, because this is such a special day, and I can literally feel it on my body, that goosebumps moment. We have been waiting for this for last 9 months, and we thank everyone who have been so supportive, encouraging us, and every time we lost hope or we were falling apart and we were falling back, we had people messaging us, no, it's okay, you can do it, you're doing an amazing job. And we'd like to thank everyone who did that to us. I'd like to take a couple of names, starting from Dr. Prasad, Padma Kumar sir, Ajit, and we have Rishi, we had Lahari Borra, we had Harsh Pandey, we had a lot of other debaters, we had a lot of guests, we have judges coming from all walks of lives, I mean all walks of profession. I don't think this would have been possible without them. So I don't know, this little idea of establishing this debate community has started over a little table where people were having chill time, you know what I mean. But it really feels nice to see this taking shape and growing. And yeah, we'd like to thank everyone. So I have to acknowledge the core team who have been consistent. There were times when at least one of us was not able to put our give our fullest to this organization. But I don't think, I mean, if the other person did not cover it for us, again, this wouldn't have been the show here. So I'd like to take the names of the organizing team, starting from the from our moderator Sainath, and then Rajesh, Karan, Charan, Sai Sudan, Pavan, and who have been coordinating with a lot of them. I know I spammed all your inboxes, calling you, telling that this is a special event, come, come, come. And thank you for joining us. And it's a pleasure to see and share this moment. So you have our heart, and do take membership with us and be the part of our family and spread a word. This is Hyderabad debating community talking to you. We love to host you and welcome you into our family. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Madam President. Well, that's the presidential address that we have. Once again, I welcome you all to the 19th debate of Hyderabad debating community. I am Sainath, the moderator for today's debate. Let me cut to the chase and explain the format of the debate to you folks. There are two teams with 3 debaters in each team. And I'd like to reveal the motion now. The motion for today's debate is: we cannot thrive without religion. We cannot thrive without religion. We've already decided the teams. Team A is going to be the proposition team. That means they are going to speak for the motion. And team B is going to be the opposition team, and they are going to speak against the topic. And now I'll ask all the judges to please vote. I think they've already voted. They have acknowledged to us separately, saying that they have already voted. If not, please do it as soon as possible. Now, we will flip the coin to decide which team is going to speak first and which team is going to speak second. Now we have the team leads, team A, Manasa, and team B, Rohit. I request the Zoom master to please spotlight both of them so that we can go for the toss. So I am using the Google add-on of flip a coin for the toss. So now you decide who is going to go for the call, Manasa or Rohit.
Manasa permits, I'd like to go.
Okay, Manasa will go for the call, is it?
No, I'm asking if Manasa is okay, I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Rohit will be, yeah. So you are going for heads, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, it's head. So when do you want to speak? First,
we will go second.
So you are going to go second. So Zoom Master, please note that team A is going to speak first and team B is going to speak next. Okay. So flipping of the coin is done. Team A is going to go first. Once I flip the coin, we will start the debate. The team which is going to speak for the motion is called as the preposition team, and the team which is going to speak against the motion is called as the opposition team. And there are three sections in the entire debate. The first section is called as the introduction section, where all the debaters are going to put across their introduction about the topic or the motion. The second section is called as the interjection round or the rebuttal round, where they are going to do the interjection thing. Third round is called as the conclusion round, where they are going to conclude their debate with their closing remarks. And the format is like this. There are 3 rounds. The first round has 3.5 minutes. Second round has 3 minutes. And third round has 3.5 minutes for each debate. And the first speaker from the proposition team is going to speak first. And then the first speaker from the opposition team is going to speak next. And then second speaker from the proposition and second speaker from the opposition. Once the first round is done, we will allow all the debaters to go into a breakout area for 5 minutes to discuss or maneuver about the second round, which is the interjection round. And in the interjection round, all the 3 debaters from each team will get an opportunity to speak. So they'll get a time limit of 3 minutes to speak. And once the second round is done, we will again go for the strategic break of 3 minutes. All the debaters will go back to the breakout room and discuss about the strategy that they are going to follow in the third round, which is the conclusion round. And in the conclusion round, only one debater from each team will get an opportunity to speak. And once the entire debate is done, we will allow the audience to ask 2 questions per team, right? So even the audience can have the keen observation and understand the aspects of how each and every debater is speaking. And then you can pose questions to either the opposition team or the proposition team. Once the Q&A session is done, we will ask the judges to again vote so that we will decide the swing of the vote and decide who the winner is. So this is how the debate is going to happen.
The vastness of space, the smell of the earth, the dazzling colors of the sunset, the trees that sway in the wind, the mud that we see falling down on landslides, our entire being, our consciousness demands an explanation of a far greater design than what we can conceive. Now, for years, scientists have struggled to understand the unknown, when all along, religion has been pointing us in a particular direction. Let's face it, religion was here a lot longer than science was. Although you have people claim that they were playing with alchemy in the 12th century, that's pretty recent in comparison. And moreover, where science doesn't have answers, religion has. From time immemorial, since our ancestors, we've had different ideas about religion, about God. Now, God is one thing. Religion, on the other hand, puts structure around reverence to God and creates a community of fellow worshippers, which binds them together in many ways. All religions teach good, no matter what they tell you, to respect humanity, to respect one another, and mostly to care for one another. Now, bear in mind, the extremism part of it is often something which gets talked about. But the fact is that a very small percentage of anti-social elements are the ones who use religion to justify their abhorrent ends. India, the country we live in, the nation is a nation of which houses multiple religions. We are a big tent. In fact, we have a history of spawning religions such as Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, even Sikhism, to name a few. Multiple religions exist in our country. Sometimes it's often said that in many towns and cities, a temple and a mosque can be seen adjacent to one another. A lot of people visit a temple and then a mosque and then a church in festival days. Hey, religious schools exist too, from madrasas to convent schools to gurukuls, all imparting education to children at different levels, not only in cities, but in towns and rural areas. Religion, come to think of it, doesn't only bind communities together. In fact, what it does, it provides a powerful support system which augments what the state does to keep nations together. In fact, in some countries, they give religious heads prime importance in their country. They make them take calls over moral matters. Why do they do that? Because religion has a powerful influence over morality. All religious texts teach us moral values which all of us speak of and imbibe since we were childhood, even till today. In today's day and world, the topic of the debate today is, we need religion to thrive. We are thriving, but in what ways? We are a nation, we are a people now, a consumer-oriented people, a capitalist-oriented people. Do we need religion to thrive in today's world? Hell yes, we need it now, more than we ever have. Thank you, and over now to you, Debate Master.
So good evening, all friends here. The motion says we cannot thrive without religion, and we do not agree. Let's step back and look at where it all started. As recorded evidence says that almost 5,500 BC was the first instance when Sanatana Dharma was being talked about. And Sanatana Dharma originally was a way of life. It was an eternal order that helped hunters-gatherers to settle down near a water body and do agriculture and develop certain social norms and coping mechanisms. At that stage, the form in which it was and the state of evolution in which we were made it necessary to have something like that, an eternal order. But what have we done with it? Today, this has deteriorated due to the competition on which religion will have the most followers, or who within each religion will have the maximum power. So much so that people want to protect their turf or get new turf by challenging and even harming people with a different religious faith. So in effect, it has deteriorated to such an extent that it has become more of a social strife and a reason for violence in society. Mario just mentioned that a small percentage of fundamentalists are not the things that we should worry about. By the same token, a small token of people who are equally aligned to all religions also cannot be taken as the example to say that religions should thrive. Today, the public practice of religion is what is leading to strife and discord. It is clearly evidenced in the UN report of 2018 on World Happiness Index. The top 10 countries in Happiness Index have more than 30% people who do not follow or practice religion. Compare that with the bottom countries. The bottom 10 countries have 75 to 98% people who believe in religion. Now, isn't that a weird coincidence that there is a great inverse proportion between the happiness of citizens and the public practice of religion? Now, what all has religion really gone into? We have seen untouchability. We have seen child marriages. We are seeing superstitious limiting beliefs. We are seeing divisions within society with inflamed passions. We are seeing the appropriation and misuse of religious guidance by the priesthood and holy men for their own vested interests. Organizations such as Pew Research, Eurobarometer, Gallup poll, they've all consistently found that the younger generation is constantly losing its faith in religion. And today in Europe as a whole, over 20% of the people do not subscribe to religion. In Netherlands, it is as high as 49%. Sweden, 43%. And these are the societies that are considered to be ideal societies for mankind to follow. So there is this whole group of religious nuns. And by this, I mean N-O-N-E, not N-U-N. So the religious
Religions are not perfect. They are evolving. It might seem like all of the fights in the world are caused by religion. But did you know that according to Encyclopedia of Wars, only 6.8% of all wars start because of religion? Whenever human beings come together, we are bound to have differences in opinion. A group of people come together and we can fight over literally anything. We have differences over language, place of origin. We have differences over everything. Some people fight over my choice of food is better than yours, and other people fight over my choice of religion is better than yours. That does not mean that religion in itself, the way we practice, is bad. It just means we need to evolve and adapt to the modern needs of religion. Our opposition, Padma Kumar sir, mentioned rightly that we had a lot of bad practices with respect to religion in history. We had bad practices like untouchability, sati, triple talaq. We had a lot of them. But do we see them today in the modern world where we practice religion? We do not, because religion is evolving. We identified all of the things that holds us back. We eradicated them, and then we are evolving and moving into a new world or new era of religion. Just because we had some minor step backs, that doesn't mean we abandon religion as a whole. Religion has provided hope to communities when there seemed to have no scope. Religion has provided moral values to people at times where we had no moral values. Whenever a group of people come together, we need a governing body. Initially, we had religion as a governing body. It has a set of statements, a set of laws that we need to follow to make humanity better. It helped people stay moral. Today, politics is that governing body for us. Are you suggesting that the current governing body has no flaws? Of course not. Politics has its own set of flaws. Padma Kumar sir mentioned that people are losing faith in religion. People are also losing faith in political bodies. People are also losing faith in governing bodies. People are losing faith in everything. That doesn't mean that it shouldn't exist. It just means that we need to evolve and adapt to the modern needs and adapt religion to the way that we require today. Just because portion of rice is burnt in the pot, that doesn't mean you throw away the entire pot. Remove the things in religion that hold you back and embrace the things that help you thrive. Religion has inspired people. Religion has made humanity better, and it continues to do so. Embrace the good part in religion and use it to make society better. Today, in a world where people consider everything as gray moral zone, we need religion now more than ever to establish the right set of morals. With this, back to your moderator.
Let me just quickly ask you guys a question. If you get to know that you have diabetes, would you yourself stop eating sweets or make everyone at home stop eating sweets also? Of course, most of the sane people answer that they themselves will stop and let others eat themselves. If it was your birthday, would you celebrate with your friends and family? Or would you rampage over everyone in your building and ask all of them to not be sad and be happy just because it is your birthday? Again, the same people know the answer. This is not just, these are not just metaphors or not just examples. I am telling you what has happened in the history throughout the world. Throughout the history, we have seen a lot of riots, lot of attacks, lot of crusades in the name of religion everywhere in the world. I would just give the name of a small attack that has happened, not a small one actually. It is one of the biggest tragedies in the world history. The 9/11 attack in US. Most of us are familiar, almost all of us. Almost 3,000 people, more than 3,000 people have died in that attack, which happened in the name of religion because a particular community of people have hatred against Christianity, which is why they have done this attack in the US. Not only that, throughout the history, there have been a lot of crusades in the name of Christianity also. In America itself, in the United States of America, there was this genocide that happened, genocide of Native Americans who are not followers of Christianity. People have done an absolute genocide in the name of Christianity that they have starved children, people, elders, everyone. They have starved them, given them blankets that contain smallpox virus in them, and have removed their children, separated children and their parents, and even shot them if they didn't relocate to other parts of the world from America, just because they don't follow Christianity as a religion. Even death penalty was one of the punishments they have given for not following a certain religion that they prefer, which the others were not preferring. And if you think only those, there has been the Inquisition. Most of you might not be familiar, but this is one of the biggest tragedies in the world, the Inquisition, which the Roman Catholic Church has started for the people who are not following Christianity as a religion. Almost 300,000 people were put on trial for not following Christianity, and among them, more than 6,000 to 7,000 people have been executed just because they denied to follow the faith of Christianity. And even the other people who have questioned Christianity have been punished with severe punishments. These are just small examples of all the multiple tragedies that happened throughout the world just for not following particular religions or just for hating other religions. Yes, I agree. Religions are a part of the community, part of the society, but more than helping us to thrive in society, they have aided to destruction throughout the world, in different parts of the world, not in
In the course of preparing for this debate, I've come across many facts why religion was required for us to thrive as people, as humans. And Padma Kumar has just recently, just in his speech, he mentioned that in 5,500 BC, Sanatan Dharma helped humans together and come and thrive.
Sorry,
Please, can you mute the others? And that we are here today because those people at that time, the hunters, gatherers, using Sanatan Dharma, they came together and they thrived. So I'm so glad that what got us here is that religion. Now, I agree with him that what got us here might not get us to the next level. That is the case with many things. For example, science. Science sometime back, what was it like? They used to bleed in medicine. They used to bleed people till they died, saying that the bad blood would be removed. They used to believe that the earth was the center of the universe, and Galileo was forced to recant, otherwise he would have been killed. So like science, even religion is evolving and things are moving ahead. Padma Kumar also mentioned that in these happiest countries, 20% do not subscribe to religion. That of course means that 80% do subscribe. Now, who is contributing to the happiness of that place, 80% or 20%? I would say 80% of the contribution is from those people who believe in God or religion. Next, we have Rohit, who mentioned some things like 9/11 was a horrible thing. I agree it was horrible. It was not primarily about Christianity, though they mentioned something. Afghanistan had been bombed by the USA. If it was Christianity, they would have gone and bombed Rome. They bombed USA for a very particular reason. Their country had been bombed by these people. But let's see, there are wars for so many reasons. Manasa gave a very nice statistic, 6.87%. There are wars on the basis of race, not wars, but a lot of conflict, how the Africans were treated, slaves, political things, resources. Pearl Harbor, it was mainly about oil that Japan went and bombed, and in return, they were nuked. This is what happened. But I want to talk about the positive things in religion. You see, I'm an atheist. There are times when, momentous times, when you understand the real value of things. I was quite tolerant towards religion, but I was quite against rituals. When my grandmother died, the pujari was performing those rituals, and I felt, thank God. You see, I'm glad that my grandmother, once she died, her body was not just put somewhere and we just forget everything and carry on as if nothing happened. Thanks to religion, thanks to rituals, there was a respect. There were people all together, and we spent some time mourning. During the pandemic, COVID pandemic, many people who died due to the COVID, their own families did not want to bury them. But Muslims, rising above their religion, they went and buried Hindus. They did the funeral rites, overcoming the fear of death. Friends, I feel that today, people are so separate, apart from each other, that it's almost only when we have some religion like Christmas or Diwali or Holi that we even meet.
So first off, we heard Mario saying, where science does not have the answers, religion does. Which religion, sir? Are the answers consistent? Are the answers the same? Or are we dividing people on the basis of the answers that are provided by religion, which are unvalidated and interpreted as it suits by the people in power? Second, he said religion respects, cares, and binds people. In which world? Today, Manasa said only 6.87% of the wars are started by religion. It's not the percentage that matters. It is how many people died. Even if one person died, that is one person too many to be sacrificed to religion. You said antisocial elements are a minority. And because of them, let's not castigate religion. I am also saying people with a broad mindset accepting multiple religions are in a smaller minority than that, which is what is causing several problems. Talked about multiple religions in India being spawned, like Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, etc., etc. When do people try a new religion? When they are not satisfied with an existing religion. So the fact there were so many religions that were being tried, including Deen Ilahi and so on, is a clear indication that society was not happy, not satisfied with the religion that was there. In Sikh religion, it is clearly said that all the evil practices that were being practiced in Hinduism that time was the primary reason why Sikhism was born. Said consumerism, capitalism, and we need religion, hell. What hell? Along with consumerism, capitalism, we want one more thing called religion to be, dividing people. In the modern world, Manasa said there are no bad practices. It used to be there, but now no sati, no triple talaq, no child marriage, no untouchability, etc. In which world are we living, Manasa? Please take us to that world. You said it provides hope. Yes, hope is very important. Barack Obama won the US presidential election on the basis of hope. But hope did not come from religion. Hope is a completely different thing. Some religious people also provide hope, but then don't link these two things. Since it gives hope, therefore religion is important. I don't agree with that. Lastly, Prasad, he said religion and science, they're all evolving. Science is evolving in a positive direction. It used to have a lot of problems, but slowly the problems are getting resolved. But religion is going backwards. Sanatana Dharma was great, but today's religion is full of division, full of strife. And finally, the rituals is equal to respect. I don't agree. Your respect for your grandmother is not because of the rituals that you perform. I know several people who do the rituals but have no respect for the dead. Respect is again a completely different thing. You can still respect people without sitting down in front of a pujari and doing all those rituals.
My friend Padma said, religion provides no answer at all. What is the answer? Well, Padma, I'm here to tell you that the answer is in a different realm. It's in the spirit realm, one which you may not understand because science only speaks about show us the evidence. Where's the evidence? Oh yeah, you said that, religion is heading backward and science is heading forward. Oh, please tell me, in the last 4,000 years, 14.8 billion years of our existence from the Big Bang, the last 4 billion years which the planet has existed, where do we come from? Where do we go? If the Big Bang is just a theory. Oh, you have string theory, you have M theory. Again, the word is theory. Oh, you generated the God particle in the Large Hadron Collider and it was existent for what, a fraction of a second? And that for you is progress? You guys are clueless. Now, you also spoke about a happiness index, which Prasad spoke about. This is what I like about your happiness index. The top 10 countries are Finland, Denmark, Netherlands, Canada, all developed countries. The citizens in these countries don't go begging for food. They get unemployment benefits, social benefits. Oh, how easy it is to be a free thinker. We don't need God. We have everything we need. Look at the bottom 10 countries. Malawi, Haiti, Liberia, Tanzania. They're at war all the time. The people are struggling. They're going from hand to mouth for food. In fact, in this case, I will argue for religion because it is in cases like this where the countries are so much in war that religion actually provides a strong support system. It gives hope. Another person said the 9/11 attack was due to religious extremism. Of course, it was due to a certain community. One must be careful about tarnishing an entire community just because of a few individuals' acts. In fact, the Imam of New York condemned, along with many Muslims, the 9/11 attack. Now, somebody also spoke about the Inquisition. Let's take a big perspective about the Inquisition. See, in the Middle Ages, there used to be the age of the church, right? The Roman Empire bred the church. Now, the Pope, all these holy people were extremely powerful people. There was this mapping between the church and state. There was no separation of church and state. All these conquests which happened were kings using religion to further their ends. The famous conquest, right? King Richard Lionheart's conquest. It was not the church conquest. It was King Richard Lionheart's conquest. When Saladin the Great went to conquer Jerusalem, of course, he did it in the name of Islam, but in the end, it was him. He wanted to conquer Jerusalem. So even through those ages, there were all these people who used religion for their own ends. It's the same story being played right from then, even today. Thank you.
Respected opposition speaker one, Prasad, has mentioned that he is happy because religion brought us from uncivilized people, from the cavemen to a proper civilized societies in the context. But I would like to just state that Just because I traveled from Kolkata to Hyderabad in a flight doesn't mean I can get home in that flight. I need to come out of the airport and get a taxi or an auto rickshaw. So religion's part was done when it has helped mankind to build proper civilized societies. After that, it has been completely utilized for personal benefits. Like respected speaker too, Mario Rosario has pointed out that has ended his speech, has ended his debate that people have used religion for their personal benefits, which has been used because of the followers of that particular religion have blindly put their faith in that people. Just because of those people who have followed that religion blindly without sticking to the humanitarian morals. That is why those people have used for their personal benefits in the name of religion. And also, Mario Rosario has stated that religion gives that emotional support to the people. I would like you to tell that same thing to the 15 innocent students who have been injured in JNU riots a few days ago on Ram Navami. It has happened. I don't know if it has happened in a religion on a basis of religion, but it has happened because some people have been serving non-vegetarian food during the Ram Navami celebrations in the college canteen. Just because they're serving in the college canteen where the celebration was not happening, it was happening outside. People have rioted and has happened in a lot of violence we have seen in the news. But the thing is, in less than half a day, the news has been entirely wiped out. And everywhere we see only Alia Bhatt and Ranbir Kapoor's marriage news, even their post-wedding celebrations. Politicians and government have been wiping out the religious riots from the news within less than half a day and have been spreading the news that there is peace and harmony throughout the nation. Is the nation happy? I would like to say that the nation is not happy because 15 children who have been injured in the riots, their families, the whole JNU management is not happy because of the disturbances happening in their own institute. Because of religion, in the name of religion, these riots have been happening throughout the colleges. So I rest my case at that point itself. Thank you. Over to moderator.
Respected opposition team. So Speaker 1, Padma Kumar said, religion does not provide hope. I would say religion does provide hope. It is not the hope that the religion as an authority provides. It is the hope that people have in the name of God and in the teachings that religions preach. There are a lot of rituals. You say that we respect the dead irrespective of the rituals. I say rituals give us a time to process what has happened, understand it, and then move on from it. If there are no rituals that we do after people have died, people would immediately be forced to detach. We have a structured 9-day, 11-day rituals to help us grieve and process what happened. It is not just to respect the dead, it is to respect the feelings of the living also. The second thing is, science is evolving forward, religion is evolving backwards. We do not know that science is evolving forward till we have the correct proof that this is right. We believed in a lot of wrong things. And later, once we realize that this is more correct, then we realize that whatever we believed before was wrong. So there is no proof that whatever we believe in right now in science today is correct. It could be disproved 10 years later, 100 years later, or 1,000 years later. Now, we look at historians and say they were so bad, they had a lot of bizarre ideas. 1,000 years later, people will say that about the views that we have today. Religion is evolving backwards. I would also say, no, religion is not evolving backwards, and I'll support that with the next statement. I think opposition speaker to Rohit said there are a lot of wars which happen because of religion. And you took the statements of proposition speaker to Mario. That is precisely why the church and state were separated. People made use of religion for personal benefits in the past. And soon they separated both church and state. So the affairs are separated. You don't see people invading countries because of religion today. You see people invading countries because of a lot of other reasons. People invade countries all the time. Previously, it was under the mask of religion. Now it is under the mask of resources. In future, it will be under the mask of something else, probably controlled. Wars happen all the time. Religion was just a mask to shut people up. Next, another one is a religion is evolving backwards. This is, we learn from our mistakes and we move on into the future. Again, another opposition speaker said, we do not show me a world where child marriages don't happen. Do you see child marriages happening as much as they used to happen before? We are learning from our mistakes and we are evolving into a better tomorrow. We cannot throw away everything that religion has to offer, all the warmth, all the hope that religion provides, because of some.
Hello, everyone. So how was it? Have you heard the proposition team listening all against what we said? Padma said properly quoted 2018 happiness index, which all the three propositions conveniently misheard it. He said population which has less than 30% of the population who follows religion, those countries are the most happiest. What they heard? Exactly opposite. Something which is happening with religion from long time. You misread, misheard everything. Somebody gave us an idea, and it was perhaps Dr. Kumar. He said, America was bowed to knee because of war. No, sir. No, you should read the ideology. Ideologies which drive the institution. And the terrorist organization have just one idea. It is called Islamist. Just to reconfirm, let you call me Islamophobic, but that's the hard fact. So it was Islamic invasion. It just took 19 people to bring America down to knee. 3,000 killed. Fact. Now, fact number 2. Somebody said religion teaches you love. Oh, let me give you a hard-facting fact. All this you can check from Times of India. September 25, 2020, Priya murdered by Azaz Ahmad because of love jihad. 13 November 1921, Varsa killed by the family of Muslim boy. She didn't accept to convert herself to religion. Shonu and Dashmita, both boys and girls from a Hindu and Muslim interfaith marriage, killed by the girl's brother because he didn't accept it. Delhi, 18-year-old Rahul Rajput, 24-year-old Lakshmipati, Bihar, Mukesh, Kerala jihad. Jithu Mohan, West Bengal, Meerut, MP. How long should I go on? This is Islam and this is love jihad. If I tell you a more example, it has just been going on when a Muslim boy and a Christian girl is doing. And now guess what? It's not a story which has started just now. It took us 30 years to coin a term called love jihad, which now even Gurudwara, even the churches and as well as Hindus agree to. Hope your facts are now corrected. Forced conversion. Do I have to tell you that? You must have been listening day in, day out this. Or if you are not, then I tell you, class 12, have some shame on you when you talk about religion. Class 12 girl, hardly of 18 years of age. She was forced by the Christian missionary school to commit suicide because she didn't decide to change her religion. Do you want me to go on? Because the list is quite longer. And I don't think the time permits me to give you all the names. Still, now somebody said we cannot leave the religion because of few people. I can give you a big elaborated answer to that, but you think a handful of people, just a handful of people required to bring every country to its knees just because of their religious affiliation. You remember France, a person murdered teacher just because he drew a cartoon? You remember the people who were killed in 1990 Kashmir? It was just a handful of people. Remember that. Thank you.
In the Mahabharata, Yudhishthira was asked to describe the people of a town, and he said they're all honest, good people. Afterwards, Dushasana was asked to describe the people of the same town, and he said they are evil, they are despicable. See, it is a mindset which either sees the positive or negative. I was quite shocked by the previous speaker, the last speaker, Rishi. And what I find is that It is not that he is against religion, he is against other religions. He is very much a part of the Hindutva brigade, as that is the impression that I got. And I would say that he is part of the problem rather than part of the solution. This is not Hinduism. We accept all. I'm a Hindu. I mean, I'm effectively an atheist. You see, there are people who say they never vote. They say politics is dirty, it's disgusting. But they benefit from all the things politics provides. They drive on the roads, they complain to the municipality, everything that politics provides. I'm an atheist, but I'm very well aware of how I benefit and thrive from religion. Let me explain. As doctors, we sometimes tell patients, don't have milk and milk products, avoid them for a while. Now imagine we were told the same thing. Take out religion and religious products. Let's start with India. Okay? You take out the Madurai Meenakshi temple, the Golden Temple in Amritsar, the Haji Ali Mosque, the Basilica of Jesus in Goa. Take away Mahabalipuram, the Konark Sun Temple. Take away our Vedas. Take away the Mahabharata, the epics. Take away the Ramayana. Take away the Bhagavad Gita, the Guru Granth Sahib. And take away the dance forms associated with these temples and with this, the Kathakali, the Kuchipudi, all these, they depict gods and goddesses. The music, Tyagaraja Kirtanas, the bhajans, take away the festivals also. Take away Dasera, Holi, Durga Puja, Ramzan, Christmas, and even take away the big billion Amazon Diwali sale. I think I've touched a raw nerve there. Isn't this the very fabric of India? We are a poor country, but we are not so poor. Sometimes when I see other countries with just one religion, they have oil and they have dollars, but we have something else. In the grand scheme of things, we say we have, mere paas Christian hai, Muslim hai, mere paas Parsi hai, Sikh hai, Jain hai, Buddhist hai. That is our richness, my friends. According to statistics, most people are religious and they're not fools. 75% of all Nobel laureates, it is a fact I sent to the fact checker, they believe in some religion or the other. They feel religion is necessary for them to thrive. What I feel is that religion plays an important part in people's lives. It teaches them morals. There are people who try to subvert it, but let's correct those things. Let us reduce the volume of the speakers, but not stop the azan, the call to prayer. Let's make the idol small, but let's not remove Ganpati. Let's stop harmful chemicals, but not remove Holi.
As I said, once I keep the fact straightforward, I will be labeled with one or the another. If my examples would have dominated the Christianity, I would have been anti-Christian. If my examples would have dominated Muslims, it has been anti-Muslims. If I would have dominated my examples with the wrongdoings of another religion of Hinduism, I would have been called a kafir. Which tag you want to tag me, Mr. Prashad? Just because I call out your religion, a person who is as confused just in a 30 minutes debate, he's an atheist, a religious follower, or an atheist back. I'm not sure whether his voice should be taken on a primary level at all or not. But definitely, this is right to choice in a country which is democratic and not religious. Move to any country which is being ruled by religion, you will get your head chopped off, just like a person shows a cartoon and it gets chopped off. Just like a person who ate beef and he was murdered. Now, somebody said majority and minority. Minority we should live. So let's give you some fact, Mr. Prashad. We started with 1.2 billion of population of Muslim. I believe majority are tolerant and peaceful. Now tell you what happens with the 15 to 20% of the population. This is around 120 million of extremist Muslims who are a walking, talking time bomb. Let me go back to history and put you examples from the other religions. Since you said I'm just quoting Islam, how about history and tell you German? German are very peaceful in nature. But do you know what Nazis did? They wiped out the entire Jews from the country. There are a handful of left on this planet and a few in India. What about Chinese? Chinese wiped out the entire Uyghur Muslims. So which community and which religion you want me to adhere to? Which one talks you peace? I believe none, because China is a Buddhist. Now you talked about that we should be thinking about the food and economy. This is what I said. Read the 2018 happiness index. countries which adhere majority towards the atheism or do not believe in religion, they are prosper. They do not beg to God, as what one of the prominent member, Mario, said. We should not be begging out of the temple for food, but we should working toward to earn that bread. And the last and a very proper example I will give, again, fact check you can do, 2018 Gallup poll, again 2018 I'm quoting, 41% of the adults are less likely to identify themselves as a religious person. And this trend is setting forward. Now I give you an inference why I say that you should move away from religion. You remember how we started treating COVID? We considered it as a viral fever. Response, world suffered, million died, because we were not ready to call it. Now today I call religion is cancer. Until unless you call it out loud, you will not find the exact answer. You definitely keep the voice of everyone down, but keep the proper voice coming. Thank you.
Yes, I can see Charan raising his hand. Wonderful. And all the people who wants to ask questions, please keep your questions crisp, as much crisp as possible.
Moderator Sainath, can you please confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, you are clearly audible. Please go
My
ahead.
question is to the opposition team.
Okay.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, please.
Yes, so opposition team member Rishi has pointed out that Mr. Prasad has changed his view from that he's atheist and then he believes that he's a Hindu. Now he actually talked about that person. So in similar way, I'd like to talk to Rishi. Now he's wearing, as far as I can see from his video, that he's wearing a religious thread around his neck. Now, if I am asking him, if you do not believe in religion, or if you do not think that religion is something with which we cannot thrive, why is it that you're wearing it? Over to you, Moderator Sainath.
Thank you so much, Charan. And who would like to answer the question? Rishi?
If it is pointed to me, I can take it, Sai.
Yes,
Moderator. So the question is very correct. Did I just say that I do not believe in any religion? Anywhere in my speech or in my debate have you heard? Mr. Prasad started with debate. He is atheist. He himself mentioned he is Hindu. He himself said he didn't want to do the how rituals should be. He himself mentioned that being an atheist, he has an idea that thankfully there is a religious structure so he can mourn. So as far as his point of view, if I'm an atheist, I should mourn or I will leave the dead body just in public or somewhere else, but not do the last rite or rituals or anything else. So this was the proper point I brought it out to tell you that the people who just believe in religion can be multiple duplicity. Now coming to me, whether I am wearing thread or not, everyone in this country is democratic and they have their rights to follow the religion and not to follow the religion. I am in a point of view that we should be calling out the cancer, which I concluded with. If there is a cancer in the religion, you call it out straightforward. If you are putting if, but, and, then you know what happened in US, you know what happened in Uyghur, you know what happened in 1990 in Kashmir. So until unless you will keep feeding extremism with that, will blanket you around with the convenient saying that, see, we are peaceful, this happens, that happens. No. If there is a disease, you call out the disease. Until unless you are hiding that this person is wearing a thread, so he will not be talking about Hinduism. His person is wearing a skull cap, he will not talk about Muslim. His person is wearing a cross, he will not talk about Christianity. That's the issue I have with. If I'm giving hardcore fact, have the digestion system to digest the hardcore fact. That's all I wanted to tell at that time. I have wearing all the Hindu things and I have no issue in flaunting them off. And neither I said that convert everyone to atheism. I said wherever the cancer lies, treat the cancer by speaking it. Thank you. Thank you, especially the question for getting it clear from my end. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rishi, and thank you so much, Charan. Okay, we have Ajit raising his hand. Ajit, yes, you can unmute. And to which team do you want to ask your question?
This question is to the opposition team.
Okay, again the opposition team. Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to say that there are extremist views in any and every, again, not restricting my points to a single religion. There are extremist views in any and every religion, or for matter, any walk of life, there would be extremist views. My only question here is that bulk of there are always a huge part, especially with religion, there's a huge positive associated with the practice of a religion or the benefits that come to a community from that. My question in a sense is, are we not throwing the baby out with the bathwater if you want to just condone religion just because of small percentage, maybe as small as somebody mentioned, statistics, 20 people, 40 people, whatever. Isn't that why there is law and order? Isn't that why there are countermeasures, counter checks? If they are not efficient at a time, that doesn't mean you kind of, go after religion. That's my question.
Thank you, Ajit. And who would like to answer from the opposition team?
Can I answer?
Can I answer?
Okay. All three of us have answers. Okay. I will leave it for moderator to decide
Yes.
then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since you have already answered one question, I'd like to ask either Padma sir or Rohit to answer. Padma sir, would you like to answer the question?
Rohit, can I go ahead?
Yes, sir, sure.
Okay. So, Ajit, we want to make one thing very clear, that we are against this motion saying we cannot thrive without religion. We cannot thrive without religion is a kind of heavy dependency, grave dependency on something that at least is partially flawed. That is the mindset that we want to get away from, and all the power that the priests, that the mullahs, that the holy men of Hindu religion, they are getting is because they have made the population believe that if you need salvation, if you need to go to heaven, if you need to have all the good things in afterlife, you have to follow precisely what we tell you to follow. And they have been misusing this very heavily, and all of us will agree to the fact that these people have been really misusing the interpretation of these things. If religion is left to an individual preference, none of us have any objections to that. But we strongly object to this statement that we cannot thrive without religion, and that is the thing that all these people who are in positions of power as far as religion is concerned have been misusing across generations and have started losing the faith of the younger population, who believe that, my God, what are these guys doing to us? What are these guys making us fight with each other, hate each other, spreading all kinds of things? So that is the sentiment that we want to call out, which is what my team member said, call out the disease. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Continue to have your religion, wear your cross, wear your punal, if you like, wear your skull cap, no problem. But don't use that to create strife in society, and don't make people believe that they cannot thrive without religion, because there are ample examples of countries that are doing extremely well without heavy dependence on religion. Those that are heavily dependent on religion continue to remain in the bottom rungs of the ladder, and we don't want to remain in the bottom rungs of the ladder. We want to have a free mind. We want to have freedom to exercise our religion, but at any time, religion is showing signs of creating strife in society, we need to call it out. And we need to make people understand that it is the mental strength that we need in order to work, put full efforts and prosper. Not just depend on go to the temple and pray or chada or something and then hope that everything will work out. Please do not think that we can only thrive with religion. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Padma sir. Okay, so the quota for the opposition team is over. So if we have any audience member who wants to ask question to the proposition team, now is the time to raise your hands. Okay, so we have Pawan. Pawan has a question for the proposition team. Yes, Pavan.
Yes, Anna. So my question to the proposition team is, so far throughout their debate time, so they all, most of the time they spoke about the things that have happened in the past. But now my question is, in the age of technology, in the age of like we were in the living in the 21st century, so how the religion can help to develop from this stage point of view? Because as per the motion, so it is all about how it can help us develop from here. So that is my question. How religion can help us develop in the age of technology?
Okay, thank you, Pawan. And who from the proposition team wants to answer? Okay, I can see raise of hand from Prasad. Yes. Dr. Prasad, you can unmute yourself. Okay.
So, Pawan, the question is a very bizarre one. So, if I would ask you, how can technology help in furthering religion? See, these are two separate things. If you say, how can it help in furthering or helping the population thrive, then already I have mentioned that these days we hardly even speak to our neighbors. We don't know who our neighbors are. We don't, meet people. We don't speak out to our relatives. And religious festivals often form the very basis of interacting with our neighbors. And don't you feel it is important? I feel everything is not about technology. The human interaction, knowing our friends, our neighbors, keeping in touch with them, and then the whole teachings. You see, people are talking about how there are hate speeches made and all. They bounce off most of us. Ajit listens to it. He doesn't get impressed by it. Somebody says, oh, we'll rape all these people. And that's some Hindu Mahant. No, nobody is interested. I've sent to the fact checker that most of the people, the first people who opposed that speech were Hindus themselves. They're not just blindly swallowing whatever comes. So though I am an atheist, I was born a Hindu, I am affected very much by the Hindu surroundings. That's why I say, whether I accept it or not, my beliefs are to a large extent, formed by that. But I don't believe in God, but I see what is good about religion. I think you need to train yourself to see what's good about religion, and not just in the form of technology or money. There are things besides that. Morals, spirituality, many things. The good that comes out of religion, I'm able to see it at least. I'm able to see it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Prasad, for answering the question. Okay, so we have the last opportunity for the audience to ask question to the proposition team. Anybody in the audience members? Okay, so we have Sai Sudan Sutrave. A question, okay, we have Ajit. So since Ajit has already asked one question, we will give the opportunity to Sai Sudan. Yes, Sai Sudan, please go ahead.
Yes, Sanath, can you confirm if I'm audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, thank you. My question is to the proposition team. I remember that in the first round, someone from the proposition was saying that we will have to focus on the good things that a religion teaches us and avoid the negative things. So my question to you is, if it takes a nationwide debate and a nationwide brawl to understand if something is an essential practice of a religion or not, so how do we know if it is a good practice or not? How good are we doing that? That's my question.
Thank you, Sai Sudan. Who from the proposition team wants to answer this question? So, okay, Mario wants to answer. Okay, so please unmute yourself, Mario.
Yeah. So how do we? So let me try and restate the question again, because it's quite long. How do we know whether a particular community's intentions are actually positive towards the country or not, right? So this stems from the fact that, and I'm guessing this is more applicable towards India, because it's like a melting pot. We have got so many religions trying to coexist, right? And to a large extent, they have been coexisting for years, but now because of the tremendous population growth, there is an amount of friction, which is why, right? Which is why over the last few years, in fact, 10 years, there are these interfaith dialogues which have come up, right? Leaders from the Muslim community, Christian community, Hindus have begun to come and sit together and sort out these differences, because of the absence of a transfer of knowledge between these intellectuals, right? The leading voices in these communities. If they don't do it, the common man will take things in their own hand, and then bloodshed will happen. So interfaith dialogue is a step in the right direction, which would help us sort this thing out. And you find interfaith dialogue groups all over the world now. It's something which has been growing over the last few years. It's something which is the need of the hour, which we need to have. And we need to have more. We need to have champions which champion this, which actually draw people together. We need a community which brings people together. 1.4 billion people. We can't be fighting over this. We need more unity than we need to be killing each other or tearing each other apart. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mario. Thank you so much, all the audience members who have asked questions to the debaters. And also thank you so much, all the debaters, for patiently answering questions. Well, now I request all the judges to vote again in your post-debate polling. So this is the voting percentage before the start of the debate. Out of 5 responses, 60% people thought that it's a no, and 50% people thought yes. And even after the debate also, they think the same. That means all of us are winners. Wonderful. Kudos to both the team members for holding on to your thought and fighting for your notion. Wonderful. Okay, we have Srini raising his hand. Srini, can you please unmute yourself?
Yes. Yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, you are clearly audible.
Yeah. So hi, thank you very much, Sainath. It's really a great platform, and debating skill is one of the most critical skill which everybody needs to have, because in any aspect in a social or professional environment, every issue has two sides, and this is a community which actually brings that. So the logo itself says, HDC logo has the black and white. So every issue has both the sides. We need to understand the issue now, both the sides, and decide which is the best one. And I think this platform is creating wonders, and I'm sure it will create wonders in future. And we will have I hope you will have a quality debate like this in the future as well, with a quality topics. I really appreciate the entire committee, the president and the entire committee, Sharon, Lasya, you and the HDC executive committee. Thank you very much for creating this wonderful platform. And I think we need to have more of these kind of debates going forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Srini, for your kind words. Yes, I can resonate with you in each and every point. Thank you. Okay, so we have Mani to share his thoughts. Yes, Mani, yes. Good to see you after a long time. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Sai, and for beautifully organizing today's debate. And thank you, Lasya, for sending the special invitation. I've been attending the Hyderabad communities meetings almost right from the beginning. In the past few weeks, I've missed few sessions. Otherwise, these sessions are something that I always look forward to. And congratulations to the team behind it, Charan, Karan, Sudan, and the entire team for organizing the meetings so seamless, and also sending timely updates in the group, and for registering it as a society. I know it takes a lot of effort and work. Congratulations to all of you, and I'm looking forward to be part of Hyderabad debating community as an official member.
Yes, we have Tanmay ready. Yes, go ahead, Tanmay.
First, I would like to congratulate the team for the work you do. And so thanks to all the debates we see on TVs. There is a lot of misconception about debating, and it's great to see it's not being aggressive. It's just putting across your point of views. And I think more people should experience this kind of debate rather than the yelling and aggressive debate we see on TV. So I think this platform provides that kind of exposure to people. So yeah, it's great work, guys.
Thank you so much, Tanmay, for your kind words. Yes, in the beginning when we started HTC, some of the people told that debate, is it what you are going to do like the TV channels? No, HTC has redefined what debate is. You might have seen what happened in the introduction round, right? There are no crosshairs, there are no crosstalks. It is just that you express your opinion and again you give the opportunity to your opponent to share their opinion. So this is how a debate should happen. So this is where the honest and noble thoughts come into picture. So that's the whole purpose of HTC. Thank you so much, Tanmay. Yes, anybody else would like to share their thoughts? Yes, we have Padmaja raising her hand. Thank you so much, Padmaja. Please.
Hi, thanks Lasya for inviting me to join this special session. And it's so good to see a lot of familiar faces on the call. Thank you so much for inviting me, and congratulations team HTC for being registered with the Telangana government. I hope you achieve many more milestones in the future. This is my second time. I have been to one session earlier on where the participants were debating about journalism and the pros and cons of it. It is interesting. A debate always helps us to put across our opinion backed by facts and research. So that is how it's very different from a regular talk that anyone gives. So I think that helps people to also go back, research, understand the topic holistically, so that we put across our point backed. It's not just an opinion, it's backed by facts and history and a lot of that. So I think that way debate also helps anyone and everyone to do that research which we are not used to these days, because a lot of it is very superficially people talk, but they don't know what are the pros and cons of a certain issue. So I think that way debate helps people to do that required research, back their opinions with some interesting things. So I think you guys are doing a good job. Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much, Padmaja. Yes, I completely resonate with you. Yeah, through debating, we improve our rational thinking skills. Thank you so much.
Well, to be honest, my whole life is a debate. I actually like debating with everyone around, but for the first time doing it in a proper platform is slightly intriguing, and also I slightly felt that stage fear after a really long time. So I love this experience and would like to participate more and more in a proper debate than a normal day-to-day debate.
So if I have to ask you two learnings that you got through this process, what are those two learnings?
Firstly, the first and main thing that I have learned in this debate is to organize my thoughts and deliver them, because every time when I argue with someone, I obviously go in a confused way. Like both of us are confused, even me and the person whom I'm arguing with, both of us are confused. But this time I realized the importance of arguing in an organized way. Second thing is that properly listening to the other person's views and ideas, and then making points on the spot. So that is what I have been these two things.
Yeah, I just wanted to say at the end, thank you so much for having this community. This is the first time I am attending this Hyderabad debate community. And I expected that it would be like news channel where I would be seeing all those just arguments without backing their facts, their opinions, But here it's like I am an atheist, to be honest. But after seeing this debate, I just want to do more research about all the facts put out there by Rishi. And thank you so much. And I would really like to join from a new next debates, whatever will be organized by you. Thank you.
If you guys are thinking to be part of HDC, if you feel that we are a very good community who spreads awareness about debating, so we are open for membership, but not immediately now. We are in the formulation of all the, of all the documents, and we are also, working on the formatting of the membership fee, the duration, and everything. We will come back with all the details as soon as possible. And until then, please continue to attend our debates, encourage us, support us, and also most importantly, participate in our debates.